I plant Vinca every summer for one reason. It survives. It handles heat, drought, and neglect better than almost any other flower in the garden. If you've had trouble with Vinca before, like rot right after planting, I'll show you how to prevent that. And with all the fun varieties available now, Vinca isn't just tough, it's beautiful too. I'm Angela from Growing in the Garden in Mesa, Arizona. For more desert gardening tips, like, subscribe, and stick around. Let's start with timing. Vinca is a warm season annual. In the low desert, I plant transplants from March through July, after frost danger has passed. Transplants are inexpensive and easy to find, so I skip starting seeds indoors. Location and soil are next. Full sun gives you the most flowers. Afternoon shade can help in extreme heat, but it isn't required. When I'm choosing transplants, I look for compact, healthy plants that aren't root-bound. If the roots are circling or growing out of the pot, I choose different ones. The most important part of where you plant is drainage. Vinca hates wet feet. If your soil doesn't drain well, Vinca will rot. If you've had Vinca rot right after planting, here's how to stop it. Plant at soil level or a little higher. Don't bury the crown. Keep the mulch and soil off the stem. Use well-draining soil. After planting, water once deeply to settle the soil, and then let the top inch dry out before you water again. Continue watering deeply, less often, letting it dry back between watering. Watering incorrectly is the one way to kill this plant. It can be neglected, nearly wilted, and after a deep soak, it bounces right back. In containers, I add oyas so I can go longer between watering. If you're growing in containers, use well-draining potting mix and make sure the containers drain well. If you do these things, you can prevent most rot. Amend the soil with compost and worm castings before planting, and that's usually enough for plants in raised beds. In containers, I add worm castings and an organic liquid flower fertilizer about once a month during the growing season. Space upright types 8 to 12 inches apart. Trailing types need 12 to 18 inches so they can spread. If you'd like, when you plant, pinch off the flowers to direct that energy to the roots, but wait to cut it back to encourage branching until at least a week after planting. Let it get established first, and then that pinch back will encourage nice full plants. As it grows, if a plant gets leggy, come back and give it a light trim across the whole plant. Take just the tips to even it out. Don't cut into the crown. It will come back fuller with more blooms. I skip trimming during a heat wave, but I've trimmed in the middle of summer and Vinca is just fine. I can't say that about any other summer flower. Another thing to love about Vinca are all of the varieties. Upright Vinca is the classic bedding plant with mounded growth and steady flowers. Trailing Vinca spreads in cascades, which is perfect for pots and edges. Kawaii Vinca stays compact with tiny blooms in fun colors. Here in the low desert, Kawaii does best with some afternoon shade. Vinca grows well in containers all summer long. Here are a few pairings that I love. White Vinca with Angelonia and Gomphrena for a tough, heat-loving combo. Vinca with sweet potato vine. Use trailing Vinca as a summer ground cover under roses. Plant it all by itself to make a statement. Plant upright Vinca with dwarf Lisianthus in containers. Or combine upright and trailing types with blue salvia. I generally treat Vinca as an annual and swap it out when I'm ready to plant cool season flowers. But I do have one spot that survived for years because it's protected from freezing. You might also see Vinca volunteers sprout from dropped blooms. Have I convinced you yet? Few flowers handle our summers this well with so little drama. Looking for more flowers that can handle the heat? You'll find plenty of options in my flower planting guide and garden planner. They're packed with seasonal tips for growing in hot climates. Big energy. Go. But it's also usually land the plane. I messed up the thing. Okay.